down, shut up, and pay attention.
Damn!
This is the Rants of Izzo Show with your host, Dominic Izzo, from porn to politics. We touch every third rail we can find. You might want to put your headphones on so your mom can't hear this. It's been called the most entertaining 60 minutes on the internet, and it starts now. Let's do this.
All right, let's get into this. Let me take a look. Russell Brand obviously is the big story that's going around today. And my opinion, if you don't know by now, is going to be bullshit. I think that women are in such a position of power to where all they have to do is cry rape, and it is what it is. But I want to start with this. This is a video that we're going to have to look at the contrasting and comparing views of women. And I'm sorry, I don't mean to be, yeah, I do mean to be. Who the hell am I kidding? Ladies, you're going to have to take a little bit harder stance on your gender and say, we're women, we don't know what we want. I think that's a fair statement. You know what? I'm going to do this first to establish a base. For those who haven't seen it, I'm going to play this for the viewing audience. I've talked about this many times. And the listening audience will just have... Well, I don't want to fucking block up that. This is a video called It's Not About the Nail. And you can go find it on YouTube. I'm going to play this for your viewing and listening satisfaction. And for the podcast, I'll explain the punchline of this. Enjoy this YouTube video. It's very short. It's called It's Not About the Nail.
It's just, there's all this pressure, you know? And sometimes it feels like it's right up on me. And I can just feel it, like literally feel it in my head, and it's relentless. And I don't know if it's going to stop. I mean, that's the thing that scares me the most, is that I don't know if it's ever going to stop.
Yeah. Well, you do have a nail in your head.
It is not about the nail.
Are you sure? Because, I mean, I'll bet if we got that out of there...
Stop trying to fix it.
No, I'm not trying to fix it. I'm just pointing out that maybe the nail is causing...
You always do this. You always try to fix things when what I really need is for you to just listen.
Yeah, see, I don't think that is what you need. I think what you need is to get the nail
See, you're
out.
not even listening now.
Okay, fine. I will listen. Fine.
It's just... Sometimes it's like there's this achy... I don't know what it is. And I'm not sleeping very well at all. And all my sweaters are snagged. I mean, all of them.
Yeah, that sounds really hard.
It is. Thank you. Ow!
Oh, come on. Ow. If you would just...
Don't...
Try to see things my way.
Oh. Yeah, for those who weren't able to see that, the entire time the woman was talking, she had a literal nail in her head. And of course, the man, the punchline is, you know, your sweaters are getting snagged. Maybe if you just remove that nail. I just need you to hear me. I just need you to hear me. Okay. Here's a video. This woman is Margarita Nazarenko. Don't know who she is. I did a stitch, whatever you call it, to this. I'm going to play this for a second and let the audio speak for itself.
So let me get this straight. Men used to go to war and send letters written on paper from Vietnam and World War II in France. Letters. Yet he can't reply to a text message. Because he's busy, you know, he just gets so busy and, you know, he's just got stuff going on. From war, they sent a letter on pigeon back. He can't type a message. The bar is so low that I can't even see it. Like, I don't even have to step over it. I just have to glide over it. It's so low. So let me get this straight.
I think I speak for all men in this, and I've done many content covering this. As men, now I'm a 48-year-old man. 18-year-old me used to love, this was before text messaging, love to put in the effort. Love letters, writing your own sonnets, showing up with massive bouquets of flowers, doing whatever. If you ever have seen the movie, and I will hate to admit this, it was Tom Cruise's first film he was in. He wasn't in that much. It was Endless Love. The premise of that movie was that these two star-crossed lovers weren't allowed to be together. Girl's parents didn't approve of the boy. He apparently had a plan. I think Tom Cruise maybe have given him the plan in this movie, where it was, hey, go start a small fire on her porch, and then when the parents are like, oh my God, the porch is on fire, put it out, you'll be the hero. Well, this kid does it, starts a fire, burns the whole damn house down, and he winds up going to jail or whatever. The point being is men thought of these insane ways to get women's attention. And the older you get, when you see that the efforts weren't acknowledged, because as human beings, we want to be seen for who we are and valued and appreciated for what we do. Ladies, I know that men have their problems, and I know that I'm coming at this one side, but this is about, you, the power that you have that just men don't. Our efforts go extremely unnoticed. And I mean, this is why marriage isn't something that appeals to me, because I've never seen a marriage that actually gives me hope for a woman being with a guy for 5, 6, 10, 12 years, and she's just as, appreciative of him now versus then. After there's been an establishment, the guy's not going anywhere and she's got her hooks into him. It's always, do you have to brush your teeth so loud? It's like, what? So women, you do have that problem. This is a fault of yours. You guys settle and you do let yourselves go and you get miserable, and then you blame it on the man by saying he doesn't give me the attention that he did before because he's out busting his ass 24/7 trying to protect and provide you, because provision is your love language. I don't care who says what. My good friend, Dr. Targol, who passed away several years ago, she used to come on the show. And she used to say, you could take a guy who meets everything a woman wants. 6 foot tall, dark, tall, handsome, fit, drives a Ferrari, all this stuff, blah, blah, blah. And college educated, but he could work at McDonald's as a cashier making $15 an hour. The Ferrari was gifted to him. And she would reject him because of his job. It's just, and I don't know why women are so afraid to kind of acknowledge that, yeah, money and height are the two things that are so important to me. We wanted to do this as men, but we can't compete with the attention that you guys get in your social media. You just can't do it. So you'll want this, right? You'll all come together in groups, which is notorious. Women are like piranhas. And if you don't feed them drama, they'll attack themselves. But once the drama is there, they all group together and they all zone in on the floating cow that's in the water. And they're like, shit, got to go after that. And so, but if there's not that common enemy, they attack themselves. Once you get what you want, which is the return text messages, you're cats. You're all cats. My grandmother told me this when I was in my early 20s. Dominic, women are like cats. When you give them attention, they don't want them. Ignore it. They will come after you. Yeah, it's true. It's true. And now you get women who 100% their DMs are flooded. Guys, we can't compete with it. There's no point to it. So I don't even know why we're bothering, but you're going to go on complaining now that he can't even respond to a text message. Why should we? I'm wondering. Now I'm going to pose a question. Why should they respond to text messages when all you do is use ammo against us when you're pissed off? I've got personal experience from that a million times, which is why, I really don't care. I'm very upfront with my crap. All right, Ashley sent me this. I'm going to play that. What? Yeah, I'm going to play that. Ashley sent this. Thanks, Bev. I'm going to play this, and we're gonna bleed into this. Remember, woman number one is complaining about the nail. Doesn't want a man to solve the problems. What number two is, you can't even put in the effort. Return text message. This is Jewel. Apparently, this is Jewel, the singer. She still looks great for her age. I don't know what this is about. I watched like 30 seconds of it. Said, "Ooh, I should save this for a show." Let's hear what she has to say.
Y'all, I don't get worked up very often. I'm worked up. I'm hot. Have you guys been following the Dr. Kenny Smiles controversy? This is all alleged. This is all my opinion. But I didn't know anything about it until I saw Mama Top post about it. And apparently this guy, Dr. Kenny Smiles, has been humiliating women. He has been running these contests saying he's casting for a show. He helps give free smiles. And then he is so degrading and so disgusting and acts like such a predator that I am in shock. Check out some of this stuff.
You ever like kissed a guy in those?
Yeah, I boyfriend every day.
You kissed your boyfriend with those in? That was a man for life.
That he is.
Yeah, you're gonna get fucked for the first time for sure. Yeah, those are disgusting. My guys, your teeth actually match back to it.
They do. Yes, they do. It's a little brown and white.
Oh, fuck.
So, okay, I'm kind of confused. He's insulting the very problem that they're coming in with. So what? Women, don't pretend for 1 second that the go-to for any time a woman insults a man is always reference to little dick shit. That's what you guys do all the time. And here's a doctor who is helping improve somebody's teeth, and he's busting their balls. And it is kind of distasteful, but okay. These women at any time could say, you know what, doc? I don't appreciate that. But again, too, maybe they risk being turned down free service. I don't know. I'll keep going.
Damn. Those are right out of a Halloween catalog.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck. Wish me luck. These fucking people. How did you even get through? How old are you?
34.
34 and you've been walking around like that?
I know.
She's married too.
My husband says they look great every day.
Clearly they know this is his personality. He's not hiding this. He just said these fucking people right in front of this woman.
Your husband thinks your boobs look nice.
It's true too.
Because as long as he looks like from here down, like you can stay married. Luckily he's shorter than you.
That's true too.
I think that's what's going for you right now. That dude. We're gonna size him up later. I have to straighten the teeth. I have to figure out how the fuck I'm gonna straighten the gums too, so it doesn't look retarded.
I hate talking about this so much. This video is for Dr. Kenny's.
Okay, hang on. There's some text messages here. Auditions on my Instagram at Ann Leaf, blah, blah, blah. Tag this and screen capture. Oh my gosh, you followed me. Does this mean you saw my auditions on TikTok and my other in TikTok? Yes, I saw it. That's the doctor. I'm so happy you saw it. Sorry, I'm an ugly crier. He responds. Just wanted to have sex with you. It's fine. Dude, we're men. I'll get to this in a second with what you would consider inappropriate.
So if you Google me, one of the top searches is Jules' teeth.
Yeah.
I have been famous for my crooked teeth for a very, very long time. I intentionally, obviously, didn't fix them because the amount of shame and humiliation and bullying that women especially get over this topic is so awful and cruel. It got me subjected in the 90s to the most humiliating comments. I remember DJ...
When you were making millions of dollars? When you had the ability to get your teeth straightened, but you kept it that way because it's a branding something that people would notice, like me and my gray hair? I'm just wondering. Okay, let's keep going.
Days on radio stations saying things like, how do you give a blowjob with those effed up teeth? Who feels entitled to say that to somebody? Luckily, I grew up bar singing, and I grew up being pretty tough and pretty quick. And so I would just quit back. I can fix my teeth. You're never going to fix being stupid.
Oh, you mean you dealt with the bullying? The good things about this video is I don't even think she realizes she's doing this. She opened it up by saying this is her opinion, whatever. And now she's acknowledging that dealing with it, growing your repertoire for handling bullying is how you deal with this instead of crying and shit. Thank you, Jewel. Appreciate this.
I would get escorted out of the radio station. I'd get kicked out for being rude. These DJs suffered no consequences. The objectification and humiliation that this Dr. Kenny Smiles has subjected these...
Yeah, he did. The DJ did suffer consequences, which was you probably would never do that show again, and you'd speak about that DJ in a way that you would satisfy your need to exposing him. That's how that works.
For women, too, makes me so upset. It makes me so viscerally angry. And the fact that these poor girls are so shocked and stunned. I don't want to hear a single person saying, well, they smiled, they could have walked out. You don't understand how shocking and disorienting it is. And then also the amount of shame and desire you have about wanting to fix something, and so you put up with like awful predatory behavior, especially when this guy has normalized it as if he's being funny. It's not funny. It's grooming, and it's predatory. I am just shook and shocked this isn't a bigger story. I'm so tired of the predatory behavior.
So you just acknowledge that women have no self-control, self-integrity, morals, anything, and do not have the ability to say, I'm not tolerating this, whether or not you fix my teeth or not. You just pointed out that it doesn't matter if it's Harvey Weinstein in a movie, doesn't matter if it's a guy in a bar buying your tab that night, or a dentist fixing your teeth, that women will purposely put up with the shaming, insults, derogatory words just to get what they want. I appreciate you admitting that, because then the problem is you'll wait 10, 12, 20 years and then complain about and call the guy a rapist.
Behavior on women. It's anyway, check out the drama yourself if you want to. I haven't seen where this guy has been called out and publicly. He's quite a shady past, by the way. So if you go down the old Google searches,
past?
You're going to see like abusive prescriptions. You're going to see a lot of stuff. So I really hope this gets called out. I hope a bigger deal gets made out of it. I hope women's teeth is not up for everybody's freaking shaming and sexualizing. I don't understand it. I don't understand it.
A day and age where women sexualize themselves nonstop for the attention of men, only to complain about it later on when things don't go their way. I don't know why we just can't acknowledge this. Ladies, you use what you were given, sexuality. You leverage it for your advantage to get what you want. Now, when it came to that guy in the DMs, we didn't see the entirety of it. I do it all the time. If there's an attractive woman I'm messaging, I'll either go one of two directions, business or play. I'm a man. I'm testosterone driven. Sex and money are my primary focuses as a human being on this planet. That's what it is. So testing the waters, I just want to have sex with you. What is he doing different than any other man on the planet to get the attention of a female? Now, Jewel and everyone else will complain, well, he's leveraging his ability to change their lives by giving them good teeth. You ladies don't give a man a time of day unless he can provide for you. I will bet anything that many women have slept with this doctor for the promise or the result of getting a new smile. 100%. The same way that we live in a flood of women who have dating websites, not to meet with men, but just to direct them to their social media for a link to their OnlyFans, their Cash App, anything else. Men don't do this unless they're gay men who are going after other gay men. Women are the only gender that they'll have on their Instagram. They'll post pictures of themselves, right? And it's just them, and they'll have a link to a Cash App in their bio. For what? Like, they're not even offering anything in return. It's not like, hey, go to my OnlyFans, spend $19 a month, or your first month's free, then it's $12.99, you can see pictures of my feet or whatever. It's literally nothing other than, here's a Cash App, just donate to me. And they expect it. So I don't know what entitled behavior women think they have to that men will just throw money at them, which they do, because that's the only way to get women's attention now. That's it. If you've got an Instagram and you've got 10,000 guys following you out of 30,000 people, a good 90% of those guys are going to be in your DMs. Hey, they're trying to get your attention. You're going to give the attention to the one that's giving you money. Or dental exchanges. So why should men on any level be hesitant about the fact, hey, listen, I'm trying to get laid. I'm trying to exchange sex with you for something that I have the ability to provide you. Oh, you want new teeth? Great. How about you blow me afterwards? Otherwise, it's going to cost you $10,000. I don't get it. I don't understand why women, the hypocrisy is so huge that they have a problem recognizing this. And again, here we are again with the Tawana Brawley, Dr. Christine Blasey Ford. Clearly, Russell Brand is making the rounds. And all you would have had to do is watch what Andrew Tate went through in the last, 2 years. And Andrew Tate getting canceled, misogyny. When women don't like truth about how they operate in the world of sex told back to them, they cry rape, they cry sexism, they cry, oh, he's bullying me. The other piranhas sense that signal. All the women come in, you're misogynist, blah, 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 and men get canceled. To date, and I don't know if I'm right or wrong on this one, I have never seen a single woman get canceled for her promiscuous behavior online. And if you don't think females are whores who leverage their sexuality to get what they want, then you were born yesterday. This is Russell Brand. He made a statement 4 days ago on his YouTube channel.
Now, this isn't the usual type of video we make on this channel where we critique, attack, and undermine the news in all its corruption, because in this story, I am the news. I've received two extremely disturbing letters, or a letter and an email, one from a mainstream media TV company, one from a newspaper, listing a litany of extremely egregious and aggressive attacks, as well as some pretty stupid stuff, like my community festival should be stopped, that I shouldn't be able to attack mainstream media narratives on this channel. But amidst this litany of astonishing, rather baroque attacks are some very serious allegations that I absolutely refute. These allegations pertain to the time when I was working in the mainstream, when I was in the newspapers all the time, when I was in the movies, and as I've written about extensively in my books, I was very, very promiscuous. Now, during that time of promiscuity, the relationships I had were absolutely always consensual. I was always transparent about that then, almost too transparent. And I'm being transparent about it now as well. And to see that transparency metastasized into something criminal that I absolutely deny makes me question, is there another agenda at play? Particularly when we've seen coordinated media attacks before, like with Joe Rogan when he dared to take a medicine that the mainstream media didn't approve of. And we saw a spate of headlines from media outlets across the world using the same language. I'm aware that you guys have been saying in the comments for a while, watch out, Russell, they're coming for you, you're getting too close to the truth. Russell Brand did not kill himself. I know that a year ago there was a spate of articles, Russell Brand's a conspiracy theorist, Russell Brand's right wing. I'm aware of news media making phone calls, sending letters to people I know, for ages and ages. It's been clear to me, or at least it feels to me like there's a serious and concerted agenda to control these kind of spaces and these kind of voices. And I mean my voice along with your voice. I don't mind them using my books and my stand-up to talk about my promiscuous consensual conduct in the past. What I seriously refute are these very, very serious criminal allegations. Also, it's worth mentioning that there are witnesses whose evidence directly contradicts the narratives that these two mainstream media outlets are trying to construct, apparently in what seems to me to be a coordinated attack. Now, I don't want to get into this any further because of the serious nature of the allegations, but I feel like I'm being attacked, and plainly they are working very closely together. We are obviously going to look into this matter because it's very, very serious. In the meantime, I want you to stay close, stay awake, but more important than any of that, if you can, please stay free.
All right, so I think it's pretty damn clearly evident, number one, why he was attacked. I'll refresh this one. Bev did send me this. Thanks, Bev. He was on Bill Maher a couple months ago.
I wouldn't have mentioned it. I'm English, and you know that politeness is our fundamental religion. But they do pertain to this issue, so may I say some of them? If they inconvenience you, I'll stop saying them. The pandemic created at least 40 new big pharma billionaires. Pharmaceutical corporations like Moderna and Pfizer made $1,000 of profit every second from the COVID-19 vaccine. More than two-thirds of Congress received campaign funding from pharmaceutical companies in the 2020 election. Pfizer chairman Albert Bourla told Time magazine in July 2020 that his company was developing a COVID vaccine for the good of humanity, not for money. And of course, Pfizer made $100 billion in profit in 2022. And may I just mention that finally, and this is also a fact, that you, the American public, funded the development of that. The German public funded the BioNTech vaccine. When it came to the profits, they took the profits. When it came to the funding, you paid for the funding. It's difficult not to...
But I will just add one thing. It is possible that these are greedy capitalists who made a lot of money, and also there are a lot of people who did need the vaccine.
Yes.
There are a lot of people who did need the vaccine. I never wanted to be told I was one of them who had to take it. But there are lots of people who needed that vaccine and would be dead without it. That is true, too.
Bill.
That is true, too.
More facts.
All I'm querying is this.
Yes.
Is if you have an economic system in which pharmaceutical companies benefit hugely from medical emergencies, where a military-industrial complex benefits from war, where energy companies benefit from energy crises, you are going to generate states of perpetual crisis, where the interests of ordinary people separate from the interests of the elite.
Okay. I don't think we need to kind of mince words on that one. Couple different things that you have to recognize is Russell Brand's character, if you've ever seen Forgetting Sarah Marshall, one of my favorite movies, that Aldous Snow is who he was. That's him. That's who he was. And again, too, one of my favorite people is Mike Tyson. And if you've ever listened to or followed Mike Tyson, he acknowledges and talks about everything he's ever done, from pistol whipping people to fornicating like crazy to beating people up to robbing people, you name it. This is why I believe that rape he was accused and sentenced on did not happen. I 100% believe that he had sex with that woman. She turned around and said rape, and Tyson submitted to the system because everybody looked at him like an animal. He would have 100% said, yeah, I did this. I did it, because he's talked about everything else. Brand is the same way. He's the same way. We're looking at women who think that they have the power to do whatever they want to get back. And I don't understand this either. It's like the school shooting. We know that for some strange reason, the school shooters always go back to the methodology of distraction. Why? Because it works. Because innocents are killed. Same with women. You women will always have a power, just like the black community in Democrat cities, where all it takes is a little bit of self-discernment and reflection and say, shit, we shouldn't keep voting this way. Maybe if more women said, yeah, we do we do have the power to wind up ruining a man's life just based on accusations. And this is the point. This is a tweet by London Hughes. I don't know who London Hughes is. London Hughes on Twitter. Was she a comedian? Watch my Netflix comedy special, blah, 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 blah. She tweets about Russell Brand. And, okay, so clearly she has to have a phenomenal accusation, right? All right. This is a accusation. This is what she had 3 days ago on the 17th. She said, I was newly signed with Russell's agent at the height of his career. I was a huge fan of the man. So excited to meet him. But my first day at the agency, I was told unprovoked that I shouldn't sleep with him under any circumstances, as he likes to pursue women, have sex with them. But as soon as he has sex with them, they'd make him feel sick and he didn't want to be around them anymore. So he would have them fired, dropped from the agency. It happened several times in the past. I was 22 at the time. I did what I was told, and I completely avoided him. This is not some cheeky, misunderstood man. I am shocked by the document. I'm not shocked by the document at all. I believe what those brave women said. So wait a second. I'm going to break down London Hughes's accusations. London Hughes. I was told unprovoked that I shouldn't sleep with him under any circumstances. So let me guess. That had to be from women, right? Like every man who has sex with a woman and then the relationship doesn't continue, she's going to have some period of jealousy which could last for the rest of her life. She will tell other women to avoid him like the plague because he does X, Y, and Z. So number one, your accusation applies to every man on the planet. Second part, but as soon as he had sex with them, they made him feel sick and he didn't want to be around them anymore. Oh, that's called post-nut clarity. Post-nut clarity. We have sex with you. Yeah, you know what? It was just, I wasn't really interested in you. Again, every other man experiences that. That's why we choose to stay with the woman we're interested in, because after we bust, we're like, oh, I actually do like this woman with both heads, not just the one between my leg. He would have them fired, dropped from the agency. Okay, a man in a position of power? Because women don't do that? Right. So wait a second. Women willingly have sex with him. He has post-nut clarity, kind of suggests, I don't want him around anymore, and then it's a man's fault. Women willingly have sex with a man. They get scorned or slighted. They come back with accusations and ruin that man's life with only an accusation. Where's the problem again? How is this any different? I mean, I'm just wondering. Maybe I'm just a guy and I think one way, or maybe I should, right? I should be worshiping the ground that every woman on the planet walks upon because they can do no wrong for anything. I'm just wondering on that one. Timeline of events here. I want to take a look at this for a second. Don't forget, make sure you go to rantsofizzo.com. Subscribe to the newsletter down at the bottom of the page. It's the way that you could help sponsor the show and support the show. If you're on rantsofizzo.com, you could check out the newsletter, the articles we have, the videos, the podcasts, the non-vaccinated beef that's there for consumption. Make sure you do support Spreely Media by going to Spreely TV and check out the list of hosts that we have on the network, all the way starting your morning every day, Monday through Friday, with Austin Peterson, one of the most brilliant libertarian minds of our time. He is the host of Wake Up America. He's just a great guy. Make sure you do that. Spreely.tv. All right. Let's look at the date. September 15th. Brand posts a video on social media which he absolutely refutes the allegations of sexual misconduct before they're reported. That was September 17th, actually. Saturday, September 16th. The allegations go public. September 16th. The allegations go public. In a joint investigation between the Times of London and TV station Channel 4's documentary team, 4 women allege in a newspaper story And in a 90-minute documentary, oh my God, a 90-minute documentary, hour and a half. That was already this has been planned. You know how long it takes to light, edit, produce? They're talking months for this to be in the works. 4 women alleged in a newspaper story in a 90-minute documentary the brand sexually assaulted or raped them between 2006 and 2013. One woman said she was only 16 when they engaged an emotionally, sexually abusive relationship with Brand, who was in his 30s. She described a situation where he caused her to choke when he forced his penis down her throat. Are you serious? Am I the only guy who has the balls to talk about this? Do you know how many women fucking love that? Oh, and for you prudes out there who have no idea what I'm talking about, do you have any idea how many women love that feeling, that sensation, where their heads are forced down and their eyes are filled with water, the amount of thick saliva that comes out of the gagging? They love being treated like trash, sexually and consensually. This is so stupid. We are so afraid to talk about culture and crimes and race, and we're so afraid to talk about women and their sexual, willing, consensual, desired depravity. You get a woman who says that she choked on his penis while it's forced down her throat, 100% that's probably something she was into. And the amount of women who are, but then all of a sudden they don't want to be perceived as whores, so they say, no, I wasn't. Holy shit. You know, the only way we're going to ever solve this problem is 2 things. Either women come to the table and say, yeah, okay, sexually with my partner, consensually, I'm into this stuff and I'm not ashamed of it. Or if we 24/7, full audio, full video, record the sexual habits of every consenting adult to prove the amount of sexual depravity that women go through in their private lives. You're not fucking saints. You're not virgins. Half of you women, especially feminists who own their sexuality, you are into some of the most dark, deviant, taboo kink that's on the planet. And then when you experience it, you own that shit to turn around to men and go, oh, you raped me. Oh, dude, I'm sorry. This is why women in a totality bother the shit out of me, because they lie. They lie about stuff instead of coming to terms with stuff they shouldn't be ashamed of. Ladies, you love to get fucking hollowed out. Own it. Women, if you're like, dude, yeah, you know what? I want to be a queen and be treated like one, and I want to be a good soulmate for my husband, and I want to be an awesome partner, and I want to follow his lead. But damn, if I don't like when he fists me on the weekends until I can't walk the next day, awesome. Awesome. You're a suburban housewife, liberal. I don't care if you're conservative. You're middle of the road, but you tell your middle of the road milquetoast white husband who's in accounting, sweetie, I don't understand it. I'm a size queen. I want BBC. Can we go down to the South Side and get 4 or 5 strapping, young, capable, urban male youth who have no problem performing each other? Can we get that so you could videotape and we can slut shame you later on and cuckold you? Because I'm into that. Why are we not acknowledging? See, this is why I will never believe all women, because you don't even believe yourselves. You're fucking liars to begin with. Brand's talent agency cuts ties with him. Get him to the Greek star's profile disappears from Travis Stock's Woods website. The company also released a statement. Russell Brand categorically and vehemently denies the allegations made in 2020, but we now believe we are horribly misled by them. Travis Woodstock terminated all professional ties to brand. It's you're guilty until you're proven innocent because women have all the fucking power. And then they turn around and claim, we want equal pay. We want this. We want... Ladies, until men can get paid the same amount of money for OnlyFans that you can, curb your shit. Until a man can destroy a woman's credibility, family life, home life, the same way you can with an accusation, curb your shit. Until literally a man can go up on his social media, provide nothing, offer nothing, and say, here's my Cash App. I'm going to smile for free on social media. I expect you to show me monetary value. Curb your shit. Curb your shit. You're the weaker sex. You're the weaker as time goes on, not just physically, but clearly in your ethics, morals, and values. If you owned up to this shit, I'd be fine with it. I'd be fine with it. I come from a lifestyle that loves women and sexual empowerment, and if they want to do X, Y, and Z, man, express that to me. I'll support you, explore it. It's fucking awesome, great. But when you hide it and you leverage it against men because you're so just confused about who you are, it's not about the nail. This is ridiculous. The 17th, London Metropolitan Police call for potential victims of brand to come forward. Oh, fuck. Here's the gravy train. We're starting this investigation. Who else wants to make shit up? Quote, we're aware of media reporting a series of allegations of sexual assault. Law enforcement officials said in a statement, we've not received any reports in relation to this. If anyone believes, oh my God, if anyone believes that they've been the victim of sexual assault, no matter how long, we would encourage them to contact police. Why? So that the police can sit there and link the dots. From shit. Yeah, I was in Russell Brand's the theater watching a movie. My boyfriend became sexually aroused and tried to penetrate me digitally in the theater. And I think it was directly attributed to Russell Brand. Can you please charge him with rape? That's it. It's going to come to that. Gents, you're not safe around women. Men are not safe around women. I don't know what else to tell you. And not to mention the fact, the first allegations happened between 2006 and 2013. 10 years later, you report it? 10 years later. Ladies, you're destroying your credibility. Interviews with women talking about him negatively resurface. Katy Perry described him in a 2013 interview with Vogue as very controlling. I felt a lot of responsibility for it ending, but I found out the real truth, which I can't necessarily disclose because I kept it locked safe for a rainy day. I let it go, and I was like, this isn't because of me. This is beyond me. So I've moved from that. That's about what the fuck was that? I'm going to read this statement again, right? Here's Katy Perry. Apparently, this is the scumbag, rapist, sexual deviant that Russell Brand is. Quote, Katy Perry describes him as very controlling. I felt a lot of responsibility for it ending, but then I found out the real truth. Doesn't say what the real truth is, which I can't necessarily disclose because I kept it locked in my safe for a rainy day. I let it go. And I was like, this isn't because of me. This is beyond me. So I moved forward from that. How do we know he just wasn't a heavy snorer? How do we know that you guys couldn't agree on going vegan or carnivore? There's nothing that she said that gave any clarity to this situation. Singer Danny Minogue went further, says he's completely crazy and a bit of a vile predator. She told The Mirror in 2006. I certainly don't think he has cured his sex addiction. That's for sure. He wouldn't take no for an answer. He always goes a step too far. Never quite enough for a slap in the face, but usually too far. What man doesn't? Oh, I'm fucking done. I'm done. Unbelievable. It's insane. It's insane. You women out there all parading around in your shit in the slinkiest clothing possible, showing off cleavage, showing off your ass, getting the attention because whores get attention, and then turning around, oh, men go too far. You all fucking love it. You love it. I've got my sexual addictions. I push the envelope. At times, I do try to monitor myself. Last night was a great case in point. There's a woman who was messaging me in my area, far too tempting, married, and in a very rare occurrence, I went, I got to end this conversation. You're too tempting. And then I deleted the conversation, and I'm like, I just can't follow her anymore. I gotta be done with this. I can't tell you how many women, I'll test the waters. Damn, you look great. And all of a sudden, I could turn that into, yeah, why don't you do this for me? Because they're not getting the attention that their men, their husbands give them. Every guy knows this. And if the guy does find out, if he gets pissed, if he winds up threatening her, and oh my God, I'm going to leave you. I didn't do anything. And oh my God, Dominic pushed me in the DMs. And did he hold a gun to your head? Did he threaten you in any way? Or did he say, hey, do me a favor, go get a rubber chicken and a lampshade and sing Ethel Merman tunes while dancing on your kitchen table? Oh, you did it willingly for attention. Got it. Ladies, you're the weaker sex. His book deal is suspended. Reports say that Brand was dropped from Comedy Central's roast battle because he was accused on camera of being a sexual predator. Monday, September 18th, London Metro Police receives another report of alleged sexual assault. Quote, the Met received a report of sexual assault which was alleged to have been taken place in Soho in central London in 2003. A spokesperson said Brand was not named, but authorities said they are in contact with the accuser and are providing her with support. However, no formal investigation law. Brand sat there, he walked past me, touched me on my shoulder, and he told me that he wanted to take me to dinner. I'm a victim. You're not the weaker sex, you're the fucking patheticer sex. It's insane how low you'll go to make yourself feel better to bring another man down. I don't know why this isn't just common knowledge and basic female psychology. You do this to one another every damn weekend when you go out. Josie's wearing Josie's a whore. She's wearing a dress that makes you look bad. So you got to, Josie's clear. You start your gossip. You don't have any, it's in your DNA to fight or to give in and to embrace and to love the impulse that you can't control to get you to attack other people, to make you feel good about yourself. It's in my comment section all the time. All the time. I guarantee when I clip parts of this up to put on social media, the amount of women who are going to vilify me for having this opinion is insane because they're insane, because they feel shitty about themselves, because they can't come to terms about their sexuality, because always hell hath no fury like a woman scorned. If you don't give a woman the attention she wants, she turns it on you all the time. Tuesday, September 19th. YouTube suspends ads on Russell Brand's video, which has over 6.6 million subscribers. It remains live. UK's Channel 4 public broadcast channel no longer offers entertainment with Brand. He's not even guilty yet. These are accusations. He's not even charged. Honestly, every woman should fucking feel violated for the sick abuse of your... You guys are all attacking the trans community for not being able to help cohesify the definition of a woman, but you're okay You're okay with women accusing a man of something that they almost 100% certainly had something to do with? The BBC does not ban or remove content when it's a matter of public record unless we have justification for doing so, a spokesperson for the BBC said. There is limited content featuring Russell Brand on iPlayer and Sounds. We've reviewed that content and made a considered decision to remove some of it, having assessed it now that it falls below public expectations. Dude, it's disgusting. It's fucking disgusting. The amount of women who see no problem in doing this shit, and this is behavior that you've never been taught to control. The onus of responsibility in relationships falls on men, right? I mean, shit. The demand and the social media coaching of men to be men. You want men to be hard workers, earners, but you also want them to get in touch with their emotion and cry, and you want them to be everything that you want sexual. You want men to be these visually, sexually arousing pieces of meat, but then you're not going to put out, and you're always going to have a headache, and it's always going to be that time of the month, and you're always not going to be in the mood, but you just want it available. Just like the second video I played where the woman is complaining about him not returning a text, but men 50, 60 years ago sent letters to women because you had more value back then. You were worth something back then. Why should any man put in effort for a woman today when we know, and it's been personal. What was it, 3 years ago, 4 years ago? Used to be a woman that I had on the show many times, CJ Dunning. CJ Dunning. She was an internet friend. Never inappropriately texted her. Never pursued her. We never had any sexual conversation whatsoever. CJ Dunning one day put up a post about somebody criticizing her. In the comment section, I wrote, "This shouldn't bother you. If you are so confident in your background and your ability, none of what this guy says matters." That flipped a switch in CJ. She got pissed at me for not defending her. She started to go on the attack with me. Other women saw that, oh, she's pissed at Dominic Izzo. Some other woman that I had sexted took my sexual text message conversations with her, sent them to CJ Dunning. CJ Dunning put my sext messages online for her audience to consume. Didn't fucking bother me because I own my shit. I'm like, yeah, I said that. What's your point? Yeah, I'm into that. I don't care. What do you? You're not going to attack me. That's how low and pathetic and weak the female gender is in their only source of recourse when it comes down to firing back at shit they did. They'll always attack men. Oh, you got a little dick. Your penis is really small. Or they'll try to out men for shit that we know we do. That's why men, you should never fucking back down from that crap. I believe Russell Brand. I don't think he's guilty of anything. Now, if he is, of course, hold him accountable. Non-consensual sex in any form whatsoever is abysmal. It's an abomination. It should, on any level, first time, last time, whatever, non-consensual sense should be met with instant castration. Now, the problem is with women will seduce a man, and this is society. Women will seduce a man, go all the way to the point of having sex. He will be 3 pumps away from busting a nut. You'll say, no, and you'll expect him to fucking stop. And if he doesn't, he's a rapist. And the society will back you up on it. That's the power you have. That's why you're the weaker sex, because that's what you rely on. Your vile morals absolutely make you weaker than men because you have that power and it's unchecked. That's today's show. It's Wednesday. Don't believe all women. There's no benefit to it whatsoever. Make sure you go to therantsofizzo.com. Check out our website. Check out the news articles that are there. The article that I read from today on Russell Brand is available at rantsofizzo.com. Thursday, Friday this week. Don't forget, start your mornings off every day with Russell Brand. Austin Peterson, host of Wake Up America. He's on every morning, 7 a.m. Central. That's 8 Eastern, 6 Mountain, 5 Pacific. Great time to start off your day. It's a 2-hour show. He talks about everything on there. He's one of the most genius political minds I've ever listened to and paid attention to. I start my mornings off with him, too. To support the network, go to Spreely TV. We have hosts coming. Not that way. We have shows that are here. Spreely Video. There's Spreely.com. Share our content. Share the network, Spreely TV, and everything that we have to offer here. We love bringing you guys content. Guys, have a great rest of your Wednesday. Remember, in my opinion, the single greatest way to wind up solving your problems is to help somebody. If you can't help them, just don't hurt them. Have a great damn day, guys. I'll see you tomorrow.